What's happening, team? Welcome back to Mississippi Dashing. It is Saturday and it's another weekend, so you know me. I'm headed to Alabama. I got a couple miles to go, so I'll see you guys in just a second when I get to the parking lot. Let's go. Got a shop and deliver while I was pulling up for about $14.50, going about 5 miles. And the reason I took it because it was lower than my $15 limit is because that's how much stuff it was. Okay, so we got that order and we're taking it to the location. I didn't look to see if it was a house or an apartment, but not a bad order to start. Super easy going. Walmart's not too busy right now. It will be come this afternoon, but not just yet. So let's get moving. I want to talk to you guys about how Walmart Spark is changing. There are a couple of good things, maybe a couple of bad things, but all in all, I'm excited about where Spark is headed. So we'll get into that in just a second. Haha. Okay, so we got that delivery done. I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with Walmart. There have been two significant changes that I've seen in, say, the past couple of months. What with updates to the app and through notifications that I've gotten through the app as well. So two things in particular. Let's start with the bad first. A lot of you have commented on this, and I also noticed it, was that within the app, with a recent update, they decided to remove the part about your zone that helped you determine when the busy times were, what days were best to Spark on. You know, that was a really helpful tool. And it's a shame that they took that away, because it really was useful for all of us, because it was something that other apps didn't have, but Spark did. As for the reason of why they took it away, I have no clue, man. I think that maybe at one point, you know, I had a video that talked about calling in on certain days that said they were busy, and you could call like the home office in your local area or the help desk and ask, you know, which areas were busy from the Spark help. And, you know, they would give you sort of some options as to what stores were busiest, and you could head that direction. That was a pretty good hack. It helped me twice, actually, looking for a store that was busy on a day that it said it was, but it wasn't through the app, all that gibberish. And if you were using that tool, let me tell you that there are apps out there that can help you track what times are best to shop and deliver, that kind of thing. So I use Gridwise because it has a tool that tells me which days are busiest, and also like you can search between morning and evening, like what time of the day is best. They track every driver that uses their app. Now, I don't know if that's part of the paid version. I do have the paid version. I just can't remember if that's a tool that you get with that or not. But it's so useful because it not only tells me what days are best to shop in my zone, it also lets me know what days are best to shop and where if I need a better place to go to. That's why I switch my zones on weekends, because the zone here in Tuscaloosa makes more money than I would make in Columbus, Mississippi. So Gridwise, you're a winner for that one. All right, so now let's talk about some of the good. You know, it used to be that there were some rumors going around. You know, there were also some headlines in the news that said that Spark was eventually going to try to replace its drivers, and especially I think those for shop and delivery inside the store, with employees that would do the same thing. I just don't think that's true, and I don't think they're going to be able to. What I've found, especially with this new update, is that they can't keep up with the traffic. As Spark continues to grow, as more and more customers decide to get in line with doing online orders and delivery, they need more and more drivers to come out to help shop and also just to pick up and deliver. That's the truth. So a new update came through the other day, and now you will be able to shop for multiple people during shop and deliver. So you won't be doing just one order. You could shop 2 to 3 at a time. 2 to 3 customers at the same time doing one shop and deliver. So it would be like you would you would look for all the items needed for a curbside pickup, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Now this is gonna add a level of difficulty that probably no one wants, which is, you know, you're gonna be looking like separating items within your cart as you're going to the checkout. I don't know necessarily how that's gonna work, other than I think it'll probably just run the same as before. You know, you head up to the checkout, you scan the QR code, and if you're good to go, you just got to bag all those things separately. But the difficulty, I think, will be like, where do your stickers come from? Now that you're doing multiple people, are you going to separate those yourself? Are they going to have a sticker that you scan? I'm not sure how that's going to work, so that'll be interesting. But the good thing is, now that means that Walmart is giving more opportunities to folks for orders and deliveries. Instead of seeing the pullback that I think a lot of people have suggested would happen, now you are seeing more opportunities, different ways for people to accept orders. And I think that is just a positive spin. It means that, you know, Walmart Spark is still expanding. It's relatively new compared to apps like DoorDash. And I think it's just gonna keep growing. And then for those that complain about the pay, well, I haven't seen much change. You know, I've been doing this for about a year and a half probably, and I still see the same amount of pay that I did in the beginning. I think different different zones and markets I would have to give credit that some zones are different than others. Some markets might be slower. Some markets may have different apps that work better, but Spark in my area, for the Alabama town that's nearby and for Columbus, it pays really well. You know, if you're out there and you want to do 10 orders in a day, you can likely make $150 to $200, if not more, if you're cherry picking. So I think the market's moving just fine. People are still paying, and it's my favorite app to still use. So if you're in the market to start using Spark and you want an app that pays at least pretty well compared to, say, food delivery and a few others, this is the one to use. And there I go again on a positive remarks about Spark. I can see the comments now. Like, it brings the like haters out of the woods when I say positive things about Walmart Spark. I love this app, and it helps me pay a couple bills every single month when I just want to jump in my truck and go make some extra cash. And for those of you that have a problem with that, sorry, I like doing it. All right, team, so while I was in there using the restroom, I got an order for $15.50 going something like a little over 6 miles. So it was 18 items, didn't take but probably 20 minutes to get all those put together. Now they're loaded in the back. So let's head over to this address to get our second order done, and then we'll come back for another. Good stuff. All right, shop and deliver 1612 for about 4 miles. Let's get this one done. Nice. Okay, this one's a decent order. We got a curbside pickup for over $26. It's going a little over 9 miles. One of these is for an apartment, the other for a house. We're gonna head over. It's an ASAP order, which means we get to go over there right now, pick it up, and get going. Let's go get it. All right, not bad. We're loaded up. We got a bunch of groceries here in the front, and then I loaded up the back. The back order is pretty big, but it's being delivered to the house. The order here in the front just covers the floor, and I think that one's we're taking that one to an apartment right now. So let's get this one done. That'll put just under $30 more to our earnings for the day, and then we'll move on to the next order. Good job. All right, first drop-off's done. Super easy to find that apartment. It's a townhouse, so dropped it off the front door. A lady came out and was like, thank you, and I was like, you're welcome. Hey team, so that finished up our fourth order. It put us a little over 70 bucks, and you know me, I'm getting a little distracted. I'm kind of hungry, so I think I'm gonna go stop for some food and then head home for the day. We'll come back out tomorrow, but for now, I'm gonna fill my stomach up with something. Now, last time I was out here, I got some sushi. This falls along kind of the same line. Last time was sushi. This time, ramen. Well, team, I got back to the house and I went and got some pizza because it's Saturday and I don't cook very well on Saturdays because I get lazy. Anyway, I got back here. I'm gonna turn on the tube, watch some TV, and I think I'm gonna chillax until tomorrow when I go out again. So I hope you got something fun out of this one. And guess what? I'm just gonna see you in the next one.